YouTube? It is Uriah the Shepherd, here with a special little video that I feel like is not talked about enough on my channel. Mainly because I don't make that many videos. So, as you can probably tell, this is Sheppy. Talking about furries and all that good shit. Alright, now if you really think that I was going to do that entire video in suit, yeah, I would not be able to, because of course I need glasses to be able to see, and you know, that's not going to work very well for me. I did a project in college for a public speaking class, actually, about the furry fandom. We had to pick a topic, and it had to be persuasive. So I chose, of course, the furry fandom, because it was something that I felt very knowledgeable about, and I kind of wanted people to understand what it's about, to clear up any misconceptions of it. So I thought, why not do a video on it to clear up misconceptions, because I haven't made a video in a very long time. When I gave the project, it was about 7 minutes, and I almost had to get stopped because it was taking too long for me to explain, and I got so into it, and I think I got a good grade, but I think I was talking too fast. So I'm gonna start back when the furry fandom first started. So the fandom kind of started in 1980 from a novel created by Steve Galashi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It was from a novel called Albedo Anthropomorphics, which, right there, kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to be about. I haven't honestly read it myself. I didn't really feel like reading it because I was too busy trying to gather information about the fandom to do this report. This word, anthropomorphic, what does it mean? Okay, so alright, so you guys know about Bugs Bunny. He's a bunny, a rabbit, who walks on 2 feet, has human-like features. That's what anthropomorphic means, is like human, where they talk, all that good shit. Of course, you know Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny. Really, the fandom is a subculture, an interest. Basically, it's a fandom, something that we are fans about. We are fans of anthropomorphic characters. We're here for the art. Of course, you know, there's 18+ art, which everyone is very familiar with, the term GIF. Now, we're not going to get into that because that is not what the fandom is about. Another good example is that the fandom really creates a lot of money-making abilities. People who have talent, like, not me. I don't have talent. People who draw art are not making as much money as they should be by the Art Institute, whatever. There's this thing going around that shows the differences between fandom artists that draw art like normally, like a tiger or such, that draw animal art, and then there's industrial art. People who are corporate businesses charging 3 or 4 times the amount that these fandom artists charge. You can get, depending on the person and then the style that they draw in and how detailed it is, of course, you know, colored, shading, all that good stuff, can range from about $20 to $30 to even $80 or more. But it also depends on your quality. If you go to an industrial artist, they're going to charge you almost 4 times that amount. Talent is one of the other things that the fandom is known for. Art is one of the things that we're known for. Music production, a lot of rave artists, dubstep, electronica, EDM. People make money off of this stuff. They make money off of fursuits, like I've shown you in the very beginning. Of course, I have some pictures of example of some of my friends, like my friend Emerald, a neon gray wolf. My friend Larka. They all have fursuits. They all paid for this. They paid other people for this. And people are making money off of it. So instead of having a job where you're having all these stress factors, you know, having to deal with your boss, so you can create your own art company. You can create your own fursuit company, which many people have done. My suit maker, she makes her own fursuits. She does all the work. She makes money off of it. That's one thing that the fandom is known for, is all this art. And people only think that all they do is dress up in costumes and have sex. There's major disadvantages and advantages to that. I mean, disadvantages is that these things cost, fursuits cost about $800 to $2,000. Why would you want to ruin that? It doesn't make sense. You're paying all this money unless you just don't give a fuck. All the hard sweat work that these people put into these fursuits. And you're going to destroy it by getting secretive bodily fluids. Let's just hope the other person cleaned out well enough, because, yeah, we wouldn't want that. And I know it's all about the art. It's all about this. It's all about, oh god, I gotta come. Oh. Sorry you had to see that, but I was just trying to make a point. Another disadvantage is heat stroke. You can easily get heat stroke in these things. Some artists will make their fursuit with computer fans. Fans like this, for example, even though I have to clean it. This came out of a computer that I'm trying to rebuild, or trying to build a custom computer. They put fans with batteries like this inside of fursuits to help ventilation. Because, to be honest with you, some fursuits don't have good ventilation, especially in the heads. There's not very good ventilation. But it also depends on the person that makes it and how they make it, which would also charge more money. So it's a lot more expensive. You got ruining your fursuit, and you got heat stroke. Who wants to have heat stroke? Of course, a lot of people on the furry community, of course, there's adult content. Rule 34. There's always going to be porn of it. Deal with it. Hell, look at Zootopia. People are already making porn of it, and the movie hasn't even came out yet. Because it has to do with foxes. But what exactly about the furry fandom makes it very unique and special is how diverse the fandom is and all the traditions that go about it. You have, of course, your most popular one in America, Anthrocon. Conventions were just like Comic-Con. They all gather into a convention. They help support the money into the city, like Pittsburgh. They pump millions and millions of dollars into Pittsburgh in the city. Goes towards the hotel, communities around it. There has been an article which there was a restaurant that was going almost out of business, and I can't remember exactly what it was, and I'm sure most of you know about it, where they were about to go out of business, and the furries came along, and then a massive amount of people came in and helped supported that business, and now they're doing better than ever. So there's a lot of money being pumped into the communities, helping create more jobs, I guess, in a way. We're a very charitable fandom. We donate to children's hospitals. We do all that stuff. And, of course, you have the differences between furries and bronies. Furries and bronies are basically almost the same thing in a way. They like other things, but they're still a fan of something. They're still a fan of a TV show. If you want to get really technical about it, technically furries could be a fan of the albedo anthropomorphics, because that's how it all started. And then comes to the point where a lot of people are having issues coming out. The LGBTQ community. We're very accepting because a majority of the fandom falls into this category. You have straights, you have gays, bisexuals, asexuals, including me, pansexuals, transgender. You have all these different kind of sexual orientations, and we're extremely open to it. Of course, there's your bad eggs that like to make other people feel like shit, but that's going to happen everywhere. I mean, of course, you have your Christians, your atheists. There's always going to be bad eggs in every type of community. Not saying that one's better than the other. Like this picture here, for example, of a check that was donated to a children's hospital. We're extremely charitable, and that makes us bad people, because you want to focus on something that we do that you don't like. We're very friendly people. Of course, you have your socially awkward people. People that don't really get out much and don't have the kind of experience to go around and meet people that they've never met before and be open with them. So it may take them a while to get used to that. They might seem really socially awkward at first, but you have to look past that. You don't know that person's past life. You have to look past it and say, okay, let's be nice to this person. It's all about that. But let's look at more of a psychological issue about this situation, is that a lot of people are very close to the outside world because of an emotional distress. This is one way to alleviate that stress, is you can create a character that you feel represents you and get outside of your person. You can become someone completely different, someone that you feel comfortable about. They have what they call fursonas, which I guess is an offspring of persona. It's something that represents you, and you become much more open to the world about it. And a lot of people entertain for children. I'm here because I want to make people smile. I want to be different. I want to make kids laugh. We're here for entertainment. We're here to make people smile. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to do as a furry person or a person. So you can have a spiritual connection with that animal. Another big issue is social anxiety and shyness. This is one way, because the person doesn't know who you are. All they see is this person dressed up as an animal. They don't see who's inside of it. They can hear you, I guess, but it helps you sort of put yourself in a shell and be someone different and help you work out the. I can't really remember the statistics and where I got this information from, so I'll probably post it later and like somewhere around here. That 7% of the people of the world population has social anxiety. That may not seem like a lot, but just think in concentrated numbers in a concentrated area. The majority of people have social anxiety. It might be a hard place to live because nobody wants to talk. No one wants to go anywhere. Here are some examples here of the different ideas and the diversity of between people's characters. All the things that they create can be really great, but people want to shit on it because it's different, it's sick, it's unorthodox. It goes against religious beliefs, and trust me, we've heard many of the religious beliefs. This is an issue that we're trying to still fight. Thankfully, the media has been covering the furry fandom for quite a while, and at first we were very weird and we were sick. Now that we're starting to come out after the whole gas bombing at Anticon, the gas bombing, and we believe that it was someone that wasn't in the fandom. They just checked in, let it go. People were hospitalized. It's bad. It is really bad that people feel they have to do this because we're different than them. That's all Sheffy has to say about this. So, comment below if you want, rate, even subscribe, even though I don't post as many videos. But comment below that if you feel that you want to be a furry, or if you had an animal that represents you, what animal would that be? That's your challenge for today. And try to act out the characteristics of that animal for one day and see how it can change your life. Sheffy out.